sheet in the red and black. Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan.
What's up, sports world? Y'all know what it is, man. It's Thursday night, of course. And y'all already know that's Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. Oh, yeah. By the way, you can't hold the greats down late. You can't hold the greats down too long because when you try, it never works. That's the motto for today. By the way, new format, as you can see, I got the incomparable, the phenomenal, sports fanatic, sports journalist, sports writing. Matter of fact, she's a writer, period. I can't wait to see if she writes some movies later on down the line. Maybe write some short stories, some books. I'll read them. Bestsellers. But the incomparable Sharon Mullen is in the building. Chocolate Girl is in the building. What's up, Chocolate Girl?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Shout out to you. Yeah. New format in the building. I am no longer using big computers. I'm using touch screens in this mother now. Yeah, we done upgraded a little bit. All right. The show should be rocking. You can hear me well. I can hear you well. Look like the videos go off without a hunch. No skip, no nothing. It's sounding and looking good, right? Yeah.
Man, your voice is booming.
Oh, and my voice is booming. Cross right live with the booming system, right? That's because that's that new technology. I got the thing all the way up, making sure you can hear me. But let me turn it down some for you. Is that good? That's a good volume. Not too loud.
That's better.
Perfect. Oh yeah, see, I was booming. That's good. I mean, the system was working.
It was distorting your voice a little bit.
Oh, was it? Was it giving me It was giving me the Robotnik It's Time voice. You remember that back in the day? Remember that record?
Of course.
Okay. Man, listen. This show for you today. We'll talk NFL. We'll talk WNBA. And I'll ask Sharon Mullen. I got something up right here, right now, just to get us a little warmed up, get us, get the sports juices flowing. But Sharon, what we doing today after this first live? We going WNBA first, or we going NFL first?
No, we can go. We can go NFL first. I have to admit it's been a slow WNBA week for me this week.
All right, all right. Well,
Yeah, I'm
you know
kind of
what?
mad. I'm kind of mad because I'm hearing all these rumors and stuff. It's not that I've heard is not true, and people spreading it and making YouTube videos like it's fact. And I'm like, what in the what? What the hell is going on? I don't
Uh
know. I don't know.
oh. Uh oh.
We can
Uh
start with
oh.
the NFL though.
All right. Well, shout out to everybody that's tuned in on this Thursday night. Make sure you get your drink, a snack, and a plus one. Today has been a long day, so yeah, definitely. I'm liking how this is going to proceed tonight. And with perfect timing. What the world? I'm getting doubles. I'm getting doubles of you. I'm going to get W. Oh, okay. I almost thought I was getting double. Hey, Sharon.
No, I had to, yeah, I had to change my device. I don't like talking on my phone with StreamYard. I'd rather be on my computer.
Oh, understandable. Corey Williams, what's up? Megan, what's up? Shout out to y'all tuned in. Like and share. Obviously, I got a lot of liking and sharing to do. I ain't even get to all that yet, but nevertheless, I will, and in due time for sure. But Sharon,
Yeah.
which one would be easier? Which one would be easier to you? Hitting a 3-pointer in an NBA game, getting a hit in the MLB game, or gaining a yard in the NFL?
Oh, most definitely, it's the 3-pointer for me.
Oh, you got the jump shot like that? You shooting like that?
Yeah, I was a jump shot specialist back in the day.
Oh, so you got it like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jump shot queen back in the day. And first of all, let me just say this: hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things to do. Period. Okay, it's not as easy as people think it is. It's not.
I agree. I think that's the hardest one, actually.
Second of all, getting hit in an NFL game, period, I don't think that's something I want to do. So I'm gonna take the 3-pointer.
Corey said you shooting like Jalen Brunson, huh? You out here shooting like Jalen Brunson. You got that. You got the sauce like that.
I shoot better than him. I shoot better than Jalen Brunson. Sorry.
Oh wow. Oh boy. A lot of confidence there. I ain't gonna knock it because I ain't never seen it, so I ain't gonna knock it. If you got some videos you wanna show us back in the day when you was doing it, or even now, go ahead, share. You can send it to us at any point in time. I'll be glad to see that. I'll be glad to see that. Your mic is definitely muted. It's all good. But I definitely think that, yeah, you muted your mic. I think the easiest one is getting a yard in the NFL, to me. And to be honest with you, I can shoot as well. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Keep liking and sharing the show. We got a lot to talk about tonight, but we just getting a refresh, getting warmed up with the new system we got here. And yeah, man, I think getting the NFL yard would be easy for me at 315 pounds. Just let's tush push. I could get a couple yards tush pushing, no problem. 315 yards behind.
Well, you know that tush push setup, that's a rare occurrence in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen every play,
Right, but I'm saying if I needed to just get a yard, I'm getting the yard. Just tush push it. Just tush push.
Well, I'm sure I could too, but you still run a risk of getting hit by the defender. See, ain't nobody gonna hit me on a basketball court. I move too fast for him.
Ooh. Oh, you got it right there, huh? Too fast. Shout out to Deborah Baby too. Yeah, you know what? That just tells me that the system is working. If it's too loud and it was too loud and I got it on 30, only on 30 out of 100, man, That means we working. It's way better than zero when we was mute last week. We was mute last week for a while. I was like, whoa, back it up, Tiger. What's up, bro? What's good, Marcus Herring? Shout out to you as well. Let's see, man. Yeah, definitely. All right, so, I got the touch screen, as I told y'all. The touch is working. So, let's get right to it. NFL talk right here. I know we could talk preseason, but I told y'all about preseason. Preseason is just make the owners money. We want to see what the new guys can do. Okay. I really don't have a whole hell of a lot to talk about unless it's like news and notes, which we might get to later on. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, we got artificial intelligence now. Artificial intelligence thinks that it's very intelligent, which in most cases it is. But they are predicting the NFL MVPs. All right, they're predicting them. All right, and this is the predictions. 2025, Patrick Mahomes. Do you agree with that? That Patrick Mahomes is going to be the 2025 MVP coming up?
No, I'm not feeling it.
Okay, give me a name.
I don't have a name, but not Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, she said not Patrick. She said anybody except for Patrick Mahomes at this point.
Well, I won't say anybody, but it just won't be him. He's going to have a great season, but it's not going to be MVP-like.
Okay, when you say great season, does that mean that they're going back to the Super Bowl? What does that great season entail?
Well, they might make it to the AFC Championship game, but I don't believe they're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay, interesting. I don't want to get into way too early predictions for next year's Super Bowl. Who you got going to the Super Bowl? Because we ain't even started the regular season yet. But Dalton said Jalen Hurts.
This year, I believe that the Eagles are going to take a step back this season because they're gonna be a little complacent because they just won, and now they won. They're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, we the North, okay," and so I'm not feeling that Jalen Hurts is going to be the MVP either. I just don't know who I think is going to be. I just don't have a feeling. Usually I get a feeling. I don't get a feeling.
I don't have Jalen Hurts being the MVP as long as you have Saquon Barkley. I don't think so.
Really? You think Saquon takes some of his shine away?
Yeah, I do. Last year he didn't even pass for 3,000 yards, and they won the Super Bowl.
Our Simply Text speaker is ready to pair.
Yes.
Connected.
Yes, I think he's one of those guys who takes away from, especially when you run for over 2,000 yards. Yeah. Yeah. I think Saquon Barkley is due for another great season if he can stay healthy. I don't see that changing too much. The dynamic of some football teams has changed, which means the continuity of teams is different. When you change your team, you lose continuity. I don't know if people understand that. When you add new players, the chemistry that you had when you had the progressing, continuous players on your team deteriorates. So now you have new players who have to gel and learn systems. And I think I've seen a lot of that, if I'm not mistaken, in the NFC North. I mean, in the NFC East this year. So, I don't know. For a team as dominant as the Philadelphia Eagles was last year, and yep, I said dominant, I'll give them props. I know they got a lot of different changes, but I just don't see where on the offensive side of the ball, there's going to be a difference. I think maybe the defensive side of the ball may have a little difference, but the offensive side of the ball, I think, is going to be pretty up to snuff. So, yeah, there's that. I don't think it's Jalen Hurts that's going to be MVP this year. I think the MVP is going to be Lamar Jackson. And the reason why I say Lamar Jackson is because I feel like Lamar Jackson feels like he has something to prove and has a chip on his shoulder because he did not win last year's MVP when he feels that he should have won last year. Along with the fact that Baltimore has a better defensive core, bringing in new playmakers into the fold. I get it. It's going to take a little time to gel continuity. But when you have a secondary like they do, a front four that was pretty damn good defending the run last year, I think Lamar Jackson will have more opportunities on the field because their defense is going to be able to get off the field more often. And when that happens, Lamar Jackson is only so long that you can keep Lamar Jackson down. And I think Lamar Jackson's going to have some very decent games next year.
Don't bother me.
I can't disagree. I can't disagree that he's gonna have some great games. But MVP, no. Not gonna happen.
All right. Don't say Barkley's good.
Why I say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't bother me.
I agree that he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, but he still has the same coach. And I believe that they need to move on from that coach. And until they do, they're not going to win. And he's not going to win.
Oh, John Harbaugh? You think they should move on from Harbaugh?
Yeah. Well, he should have been gone like 3 years ago. But
interesting.
I don't believe that he knows how to use Lamar correctly. They finally got him some receivers after all these years. How long has he been in the league? 8 years? I mean,
several years.
Finally gave him some receivers after all this time. And people have been begging him to get him receivers for years. It took him this long. You know, he could have had a Super Bowl by now, but no. I'm glad they didn't because I hate the Ravens, but hey.
Well, I'm about to say, I know you don't care if the Ravens winning any Super Bowls.
Not at all.
All right. Interesting. Moving on to 2026, they said CJ Stroud from the Texans. I'm sorry, I don't see that.
Well, you know, I can see him getting an MVP before he gets a Super Bowl. I really can.
Dalton said Jim is better than John, by the way.
He is. And you know I have no love for Jim Harbaugh either.
You said zero love for Jim?
Yeah, he's a Michigan man, so you know I don't love him.
Right. I was about to say he's definitely a Michigan Wolverine, so you definitely don't like him being a Michigan Kid State alum.
Exactly. From Ohio. So so I doubly don't like him. So no.
And from Ohio, absolutely. And from Ohio, y'all.
But he is a better coach, I believe, than his brother.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next year they say Caleb Williams.
Definitely not.
Oh, you said definitely not. What's your knock on Caleb Williams? Go ahead. Let's hear your thoughts on Caleb Williams real quick.
I feel Caleb Williams gets in his own way. I believe that he is too emotional and he can't channel his emotions for greatness. That's what I see. I
Wow.
watched him in college, and I'm just like, no way, dude. And I don't see it. I don't see the talent. I don't really see him as a franchise quarterback yet. He's okay. He could be better, but I don't believe that I believe that he prevents himself from being better. It's self-inflicted.
Interesting thought right there. One thing we definitely need to see from Caleb Williams this year, before we even talk about MVPs, is can he lead?
That's it.
Can he lead a team? I think I talked about this 2 weeks ago about him being able to lead a team, lead the Bears. When you're the number 1 overall pick and has had so much hype, you have to be able to lead. I.e., let's say, okay, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was the number 1 overall pick. The Colts were bad. He led them out of being bad, and they ended up being really good, right? That's what great leading quarterbacks do. Number 1 overall pick. Let's see, what's another good one? Really good number 1 overall pick that led a team.
I could say a name, and some people might disagree, but Cam Newton was a great leader for the Panthers, and all his teammates respected him, and he drove that team, period. As he did, the team went.
That's a good example.
From day one.
Yeah, that's a very good example.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. Definitely like the example. Cam Newton. Did Ben Roethlisberger go number 1 overall?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
He went much later than he should have in the draft.
That's what I thought.
No,
I didn't think he was number 1 overall.
He didn't have to wait as long as Aaron Rodgers did, but he still waited a long time before he was drafted.
Right. All right. Marvin Harrison Jr.
2028, he could be. I would see him getting it before Caleb Williams anyway.
Okay.
I don't have faith in Caleb Williams, so that's a known thing. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is a very, very good player, and if he keeps on his current trajectory, he could indeed be MVP. But when is the last time anybody got an MVP that wasn't a quarterback?
Right. Been a long time.
So,
matter of fact, that's a question for the audience that's watching, tuning in right now. When's the last time a non-quarterback position player won the MVP? Good question. Very good question.
So I'm not sure about that.
Dalton said 2012.
Who was it? Who was
it, Dalton, in 2012? Adrian Peterson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting he got an MVP.
Mr. Yards away from Eric Dickerson's record, which I thought they should have allowed him to get.
No. Leave Eric Dickerson alone. He's one of my all-time favorites.
That's why you didn't want him to have his record broke. Nah, Adrian Peterson been the closest for a long time. He was the closest one, and I think he should have got it because we all know what happened the next week after that.
Well,
worth it?
He didn't get it.
Nah, he didn't get it. And they got bounced in the first round of the playoffs as well. He played them all the way to the end of the game, pulled him out with a couple minutes left in the game that you played him the whole game for, which was goofy. Oh, we don't want to get him hurt. Well, you played him majority of the last game to get a chance to be in the playoffs. You might as well gave him that too. Because the next week, the Packers put them right out the playoffs. And it didn't even matter.
He did the right thing.
Yeah, he did the right thing, saving your record for Eric Dickerson. I understand.
That's right.
Yeah, I get it. I get you. And then 2029, Shedeur Sanders. We're not going to get into the bottom five. The bottom five is the bottom five is hilarious. We'll
Yeah.
of the bottom five another time.
I don't know who programmed or what prompt this AI is working from, but I don't know. I can't. Okay. First of all, they have Shedeur Sanders at the Vikings. I don't know where that came from, that he's going to the Vikings.
Right. Which means he ain't keeping his contract. Which means he definitely ain't keeping his contract with the Browns.
Listen, I don't know what's going to happen with him and the Browns. The Browns are an inept organization, period. And nothing they do surprises me. Nothing. So if they decide, I keep every now and then I pull up an article and somebody's saying that they're going to cut Shedeur. They could cut him. I wouldn't care. Cut him. Let him go to a team where he can actually grow and develop and have a chance to really win. But I don't believe he's going to the Vikings.
All right. Interesting enough. By the way, you are watching Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. Andre the Source Robinson, the Firestarter, in the building with the incomparable chocolate girl, Sharon Mullen. We are talking NFL, stuff that comes up in the NFL. No, we're not talking preseason. For those who might be asking and wondering, we're not talking preseason. Nope. Mm-hmm. I'll save that to the last week of preseason, and then we get to the regular season. That's when we can talk. Then we'll talk preseason, right? I'll leave that for Marcus tomorrow to talk preseason. Shout out to the Alphabets, by the way. This right here, I posted this earlier, and it's got a lot of buzz. A lot of buzz, by the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. So, the same media that kills Justin Herbert for making the playoffs with no help loves Joe Burrow, who's missed the playoffs despite having the best wide receivers in the league. So, there's a conversation right now that Justin Herbert supposedly should be in the same breath and conversation as Joe Burrow. Well, Sharon, your thoughts on this before I take off, because I find it to be hilarious.
First of all, I want to know who feels like that, because they have to be sniffing something if they feel that way. That's one. Two, yeah, Joe Burrow does have two of the best wide receivers in the game. But when you have a sucky offensive line, what are you going to do? The man gets sacked more than any other quarterback a couple of years. I mean, he spends most of his time on his back. How can he get the ball downfield? If you're going to let everybody pressure me on every freaking snap, what do you expect me to do? He ain't Joe Montana, by the way. So
he ain't Joey Montana?
No, he ain't Joe Montana.
Joey Montana. Go ahead.
Joe can do it, but he's not Joe yet. He can't get there yet. So I believe that this is a ridiculous take. Justin Herbert, you cannot. Anyway, he made the playoffs with no help, they say. I believe he had help. I mean, that's just disrespectful to the rest of his team. His team isn't garbage. He did have help. He made it, but he couldn't win. He still hasn't won. But every year they want to put this dude in top 10. I think Cam even had him on his top 10 list when he left Jalen Hurts off. And I'm like, what? I'm still trying to figure out why what the knock is on Jalen Hurts by people. I don't get it. You can't just look at a stat line of how many yards they throw for and say, oh, he's garbage and he's not. You have to, the eye test does matter. And to me, Justin Herbert had the potential to be great his rookie season, the second season, and maybe the third. But since then, he's lackluster to me. And I don't feel like he's a top 10. He's not on my top 10 list. So I don't know what people are clutching pearls about and making this argument, but I disagree wholeheartedly. So what say you, Firestarter?
Haha. I like how you did that right there. What say I? What say I is that first and foremost, right off the jump, let the tale of tales be what it is. Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert should not be mentioned in the same sentence for multiple reasons. First and foremost, number one, if y'all looking for a Marcus Betts impression from me, this might be the time you get it. Who you play with matters. I say competition matters. If we're putting those two together and we're formulating a full sentence, who you play with plus competition equals Joe Burrow coming out of college was better than Justin Herbert. Legitimately. There's no way that I would ever take an Oregon quarterback over a LSU quarterback at all. By the way, that's just number one. Let's start there, okay? Just for shits and giggles. Number one. So Joe Burrow obviously being the better skilled, better talented quarterback, obviously makes the better reads, makes the better passes. I get it. Last year, a lot of people will, and I'll get to that in a minute, but let me talk about Joe Burrow first. Joe Burrow had phenomenal wide receivers in college, and he knew what to do with those wide receivers in college. So it's not a surprise that coming to the NFL, he has two of the better receivers, one of which he played with Jamar Chase and the other one being T. Higgins, that he knows what to do with those wide receivers, right? You can't blame people for making the right decisions. I just find it so funny how we use the narrative, well, look who we played with. Yeah, but if the GM made the wrong decisions, you'd be up his ass about it, right? You'd be all up his ass saying how the GM sucks and he's stupid and silly and yada, yada, yada. Yep. But they make the right decisions and you're crucifying them for it. Well, look who we played with. He wouldn't be. And okay, we can take that sentiment and we can go either way with it, however people want to go with it. Fine. Would Joe Burrow be the quarterback he is with less? If that's the question you want to ask, would he be the quarterback? Would he be the same quarterback with less? He wouldn't be Justin Herbert with less. I'll say that. Let's be very clear and mindful. Okay, let's be very clear and mindful. Justin Herbert coming out of Oregon, they thought he was the best thing since sliced bread. Coming out of Oregon, we all know how those Pac-12 at the time, Pac-12, because they were Pac-12 then. I don't trust Pac-12 too much. QBs have, pretty much resonated with the NFL community. We know how that goes. Majority of them end up being
right there.
Right? So now you look at Cincinnati. He's taken them to a Super Bowl. He has. He's taken them to a Super Bowl. Now, did Cincinnati have good defense the year that he took them? Sure. Fine and dandy. Where I got the conversation misconstrued, and I don't want to go into, I could show y'all the conversation on this topic from people that was commenting. Well, I don't want to do that just because maybe they don't want their conversation put on the show. So I won't do that. Not yet. But I thought that the conversation was about the environments that they've been in. Now, Justin Herbert's been in an environment where most people will say he hasn't had real offensive weapons. Keenan Allen was his best receiver that he's had. People will say, he had Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, and I'm just like, well, all of them are injury prone. Every single player that you just mentioned is injury prone. They've been injured multiple times. They'll mention, well, they didn't have a defense, but they had Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and Derwin James. And my statement is, but they're injury prone. They're injury prone players. They've been injured multiple times. With that being said, though, to me, that isn't an excuse and doesn't take away from the fact of the conversation at hand, which is Justin Herbert better than or in the same breath as Joe Burrow? And my answer is absolutely no. He is absolutely not in the same breath. Injuries or not. Imagine Herbert with Waddle and Hill. I'm going to be honest with you. I can imagine him with Waddle and Hill. And guess what would happen? Guess what would happen, Dalton? They'd be the same team. You want to know why? Because Justin Herbert plays in good weather all year. Tua Tagovailoa plays in good weather all year. What happens when they play in cold weather? We've seen this. We've seen this rendition. We've seen this song and dance multiple times. Okay, especially with Tua Tagovailoa. We've even seen it with Justin Herbert. He's been in 2 playoff games. The one playoff game, he turned into Nathan Peterman. Did we forget? Did we forget? I didn't forget. What's up, Dwayne Woodley? He turned into Nathan Peterman. The other one, he had a decent game, and they still lost, and they still went home. So I don't know if having Waddle and Hill, a lot of people be like, well, those are different receivers. He probably would be a lot better. He might have better yards. He might have more yards, but again, we all know that stats can be skewed. They can be misleading and misguide people. You can't just look at the stats. You have to look at the whole dynamic. Is Miami a good enough team that will get off the field enough for Justin Herbert to have better yardage? That's one. Start there, okay? Start there with that. Is Miami's defense good enough to get off the field to give Justin Herbert enough opportunities to have better yards? That's number one. Number two, in that division, sir, the Buffalo Bills own the division. They own that division and have for the last 5 years. Let's be clear. The Jets have a top 5 defense in that division. You know who else has a really good defense in that division? The New England Patriots have a really good defense in that division. Are you sure Justin Herbert would be the same guy? Would be better with them? I don't know about that, sir. I don't know. That doesn't sound too promising to me. At least you got away with, for the majority part of your career so far, that the Denver Broncos haven't been much, and neither have the Raiders been much. You got away with that. You ain't getting away with that no more, because Denver went to the playoffs last year, and this year, Oakland's probably gonna take a step up, gonna take some steps up, and Kansas City will be right on the rocker. Will be still right on the rocker of whether they're gonna run the division or not. So you playing in that division and playing in a different division, I don't know. We can do hypotheticals, but I don't think so. I don't think that there's too much of a difference. I think the result is the same, except for the only difference now with the Chargers is the Chargers made the playoffs with less last year. So now I don't want to hear the excuse about, well, he didn't have offensive talent, but Jim Harbaugh comes in and you make the playoffs. That did happen. That did happen. I mean, you got the shit whooped out of you by the Jets. I mean, the Texans in the playoffs. But hey, you made the playoffs though in Harbaugh's first year with less. No Joey Bosa. Khalil Mack was hurt. They had Lane McConkey as their number one receiver. Okay, you get no excuses from me. And Justin Herbert only threw 3 interceptions last year. For those who do not remember. So I don't think so. Let's not forget, Joe Burrow was triple crown last year. Touchdowns, yards, the whole 9 yards. Joe Burrow set the board.
Yep.
Okay. With a terrible defense and damn near made the playoffs. I get it. He didn't make the playoffs, which I predicted. I told y'all this multiple times that they weren't making the playoffs again this year. And yes, Herbert's issues is decision making. Again, he turned into Nathan Peterman when he went to the playoffs the first time. I ain't forgot. Mr. 4 or 5 interceptions in one playoff game. I didn't forget that. So I don't put them two in the same breath. I can't. Respectfully, no. Respectfully, no.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
And it's not even close.
No. Joe Burrow is top 3 quarterback in the league. Period. Point blank. Let's be clear. There's not 3 quarterbacks better all around than Joe Burrow.
Well,
And for those people who are questioning that, because I could hear it. I said 3 quarterbacks better. People will say, well, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. Really?
well, I might have him 4th. I have him 4th.
I mean, it's debatable, but I just, me personally, I have to, and this is where people get annoyed. You ready? This is where some people gonna get annoyed. Right here on the show. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, by the way. I see a lot of people who's coming in, watching the show now. People are gonna get when I say Joe better than Josh Allen wrestling. A lot of people are going to get up. I'm not upset.
You don't have to say all that over.
I'm going to say it again. For those who didn't hear me. Yeah, it jumped for a second. It's all good. What's up, Ron? Just as you were talking, you started skipping. Yeah, I know. That will always working when you saying something that's legit, or you saying something that's deep. So I'm gonna say it again. Joe Burrow is better than Josh Allen. I said it. And a lot of y'all probably gonna look at me funny and be like, what? Really? Yes. He is. Yes, he is. Until Josh Allen makes the Super Bowl, I will not be putting Josh Allen over Joe Burrow. Josh Allen has the better arm, but Joe Burrow has the better placement when it comes to putting the ball where it needs to be put. That, plus the fact that he's been to a Super Bowl, is the reason why I'm putting him over Josh. I'm going to stay silent tonight. No, you not. You the reason why, because my geography will have me tripping. Yeah,
They gonna get
it's
you.
hilarious.
They gonna get you, Dre.
Yeah. Oh, it's already in the comment section. I'm looking at it right here. I got Marcus saying, "Yeah, okay, you are absolutely smoking." Dwayne Whitley said he agrees with me. Devon Dalton said, "Am I okay? Am I okay tonight?" Yeah, I'm okay. I don't know what to say," said Dalton. Listen, I have to be very honest. We gotta listen. We have to be very honest and non-biased. And I don't mean to change the topic of discussion, but for the fact that I see too many bullshit artists trying to do this shit for clicks and clout sharing is the reason why some of the stuff this year that I say is going to be pure out of straight premise, real, unadulterated, unbiased stuff. As if like I'm not that person already, but I reevaluate some things. If Josh Allen would have been to a Super Bowl already, I would have said, okay, I'm giving it to Josh. A lot of people will say, well, he hasn't won an NFL MVP.
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
But he doesn't have to. See, I can judge a player. I don't have to just look at the accolades or the stats to judge a player. Judge the player. Watch him play. Judge the player.
Okay, so Dalton, you make that comment about defense was the reason why Josh hasn't been to a Super Bowl. I can make that same reason for why Joe Burrow hasn't been back to the playoffs.
That's right.
You're gonna say that.
You could. And remember, his offensive line was bad for several years.
No. So, right, correct. Marcus Herring, remember, hold on now. I didn't just say that the Super Bowl visit makes Joe Burrow better. I said better ball placement and the fact that he's been to the Super Bowl, to me, makes him better than Josh Allen, who has the better arm. I totally get you. But Burrow definitely makes better decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Josh has gotten better with making decisions in the last couple seasons than he did before, but Joe Burrow makes great decisions with the football. Let's be clear. I can't sit here and act like I don't see that when I know. And I knew that listen, I'm a fire starter for a reason, and I know what to get it jumping. I know what to get it jumping in here. And if I say anything like that, being that I'm from Buffalo, people will be like, but I have to be real.
Dwayne got it right. Whitley got it right in the comments. Furthermore, Burrows makes better decisions on the field than Josh Allen. He does. Burrow has a bad O-line, like I just said, and a horrible defense, like you said.
Yeah.
And those are all facts. This is not excuses.
Yeah, we're not doing excuses or none of that. But Marcus here, I can understand why you say Josh Allen is better than Joe Burrow. I can understand that. But for me personally, when I look at the whole totality of it all, would you rather be to a Super Bowl or have an MVP?
I think Josh Allen is what I call a highlight reel quarterback. He has wonderful highlights. He does, I mean, every season he does some things and get people all hyped. But when a decision matters the most, that's when he falls short.
I'm being honest. There's only two quarterbacks. Listen, let's be very clear and mindful. If I put them on a Libra scale, is it very, very close? Yes, it's super close. It's like 1A, 1B with Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. It's like 1A, 1B. Mm-hmm. But for the fact that I know, and I just know this, that he has better decision-making skills, better ball placement, the fact that he's been to a Super Bowl. He literally came here and bust y'all ass in the cold. He bust the Bills' ass. I was there. Probably one of the worst one of the worst playoff games I've ever watched. Live, literally. He bust y'all ass. And been busting y'all ass. Have y'all even beat Joe Burrow yet? Have they beaten Joe Burrow in the last couple of years? No, I want to say no.
I don't know.
I want to say no. I want to say no. Maybe. And I just put all those things on the Libra scale. I think Josh Allen is a phenomenal quarterback. Don't get it twisted.
Agree that they're like right here.
Yeah, they are. They're like neck and neck.
I have Josh slightly ahead of Joe, but the reason why I'm kind of agreeing with you is because I can easily flip that.
Right. It's like
I can flip.
It's like if me and you was playing basketball, right? And you made the first pick and your pick was Josh. I wouldn't be mad to pick Joe. Just like if you picked Joe first, I wouldn't be mad to pick Josh. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. It's not like it's not.
But if I have to grade just the player, like how they play the game, I would give it to Joe.
So listen to this. Listen to this, Sharon. Listen to this comment, and I can agree with Marcus with this. I'm talking strictly football. J.A. is absolutely better than Burrow. I've seen Burrow throw game-ending interceptions last year to lose games. Josh Allen won more games, especially with his decision-making with less talent. Okay.
Have we not seen Josh Allen throw an interception?
So that's what I was about to get to. I think he thinks I'm talking about right now, and I'm talking about totality. I'm talking about totality so far, what they've done.
I've seen
right now.
I like Buffalo. I hate the Bengals. Okay, that's the first football team in my life that I've ever hated, and I still hate them to this day. So I have no love for the Bengals at all. But I gotta call it like I see it. You can't use that as a reason, Marcus, when Josh also has thrown interceptions to lose games. Maybe he didn't do it last year, but he's done it.
Oh, he's done. Listen, Sharon.
I know he's done it. I can't
watched him live. I've watched him live in full effect do it multiple times.
I've seen him do it.
I'm talking about totality. I think he's talking about right now. If we're talking about right now, yes, I'm putting Josh over Joe right now, currently. But if I'm talking about the totality of the two, which is what I'm talking about, the totality, I'm putting Joe over Josh. Yes, absolutely. And it's funny that Blaze comes right in here. And it's funny that Blaze comes right in here at the right time. And I see Daryl coming in too. I get it. This is a great conversational piece. I told you this got a lot of buzz when I put it up in the group. I
still don't even understand why it got so much buzz. I mean, it's not.
And it's really about Burrow versus Herbert. But we're talking about quarterbacks, and I said that, yeah, I did say it. Overall, I see Joe Burrow as a top 3 quarterback. I'm not about to lie. Put Josh over Joe, but ain't no one taking Josh over Joe. See what I'm saying?
Wait, I got a question. Marcus, you said we bringing up old shit. What are we supposed to bring up? Are we just supposed to take every year by itself and just judge them year by year and not even think about what they did before? I don't understand.
That's why I said the totality. I said totality.
I know, but I'm trying to get what he's talking about.
I get it. Marcus Herring is very passionate when it comes to the Bills, and I get it. And I'm very passionate too. Understand. See, I can understand the conversation. Yes, the Bills had the fewest turnovers of any team last year. Absolutely. Josh Allen got very smart with the football last year. Very smart. I give him all the props in the world for that.
He deserved that MVP. I'm on record. I said it. He deserved that MVP, and people argue me down about Lamar and blah, blah, blah. No. Josh Allen deserved that MVP last season. Period. It's just obvious to me. He deserved it. He earned it.
Don't be funny, okay? Don't be funny. Don't be funny. Don't be funny. People need to buy a time machine. They love bringing up old news, sir. You can only base conversations as such off of a totality of a career. I literally said totality. I'll say it again. I'll put it in the comment section. I'm passionate, but yes, Marcus is definitely real on the game for sure. I'm not taking that away from you either, Marcus. When I say you're passionate about the Bills, don't ever get that misconstrued. I look up to you as one of the GOATs, so there's no way that could be misconstrued. I'll say that right here. Real respect, real recognize real. We've always recognized each other. What I'm saying, though, is I'm talking about the totality. When I look at the whole entire book, not just this last chapter, right? Not just chapter 7, but chapter 8. What are we, chapter 7 now? Josh Allen, chapter 7? When I look at the whole book so far that's been written, I would say Joe over Josh. When I look at the last chapter, I would say Josh over Joe. When I look at the last 2 chapters, I would say Josh over Joe. But I also have to remind you, for anybody who just said, I'm reading, somebody said, if Burrow was the quarterback first, the Bills would have won 2-3 Super Bowls by now, said Dwayne Woodley.
I wouldn't say 2 or 3, but I believe he would have won 1.
Dalton said, here's my question. If Burrow would have been on the Dolphins, would he do the same thing as the Bengals? Okay. Now, Dalton, here's my answer to that question. My answer is yes. In fact, the Dolphins would be an even better team with Joe Burrow on it. Here's why. Again, Joe Burrow knows how to win cold weather games, sir. I'm going to put that out there again. Joe Burrow knows how to win cold weather games. And by the way, for anybody who wants to use the excuse that, Tua.
Marcus, thank you.
Joe Burrow played at LSU, sir. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. If you're going to give me the, yada yada coming into the NFL excuse, that please don't do it. Don't do it, okay? Joe Burrow had to learn how to play in the code, and he knows how to play in the code, legitimately. And Joe Burrow makes better decisions than Tua Tagovailoa.
To learn how to play in the code from Ohio, dude.
This is not even a question. Oh, no. I'm talking about playing from college to the NFL, not learn how to play in the code because, yes, he is from Ohio. I get that. Totally.
That's my dude from Ohio. Cool Joe.
Now, the playoff game versus the Bengals had more to do with what was on the surface. I'm not going to put the Bills out there because of what happened the night before the game. Yeah, Marcus, we ain't going to go there. Let's not do that. Yeah, we're not going to put that out on the show. You and I both know what happened before the game. Before that game. We're not doing that. Yeah. See? Yep. I would love to see Burrow with Allen's cast on offense. He's always had top flight talent around him. Allen had Diggs, LOL. Okay. Here we go. Allen had Diggs stuff.
Ohio.
Let's not forget that Diggs wasn't a top 5 receiver until he had Allen. So that's a match. That's a package deal, sir. It's not like Diggs came to Buffalo and Allen didn't help him either because, again, Stephon Diggs wasn't even a top 3 receiver until he came to Buffalo. Until Allen made him that top 3 receiver. Let's not do that. So when you say talent, okay, I mean, let's not forget, Buffalo had a slew of talent on the team. A slew. They had John Brown, Cole Beasley. Wait a minute, what? Stephon Diggs. What are we talking about? You're talking about two receivers, and the Bills had a plethora of receivers. Okay. Now, going back. I just like giving y'all a hard time, Dalton said. No, it's understandable. I like predictions, seeing into the future instead of hindsight and looking at the past. Oh yeah, absolutely. But if we're talking about totalities of careers, you have to look at what they've done already. We can't presume what they do in the future because tomorrow both of them could get injured. Tomorrow, you don't know that. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows what the future holds. So Joe Burrow and JA are close in totality. I get what y'all saying. Yeah, they're again. I tried to explain it. Stop trying to put my quarterback on those bum ass teams. Plays is funny as hell. Joe Burrow is from Ohio. Yes, we know. Marcus was good. Quarterback physical skills are as important as mental and leadership. Yeah, reason why I asked the Dolphins don't have good offensive line. Joe Burrow hasn't had a good offensive line in God knows how long. So, again, I don't. Yeah, opinions do vary. You're right. Burrow's quarterback mechanics are superior to Josh Allen's mechanics. Josh Allen is a better athlete than Burrow. Joe Burrow is Ohio. Y'all keep saying the if game. Let's live in reality. And reality is 80% of people is taking Joe Burrow over Josh Allen. And Josh Allen was completing 52% before Diggs. Again, agreed. They were a match. They were a perfect match for 4 years. Because that's how long marriages last anyway, on average. Like that one? Yeah. Good. Come on. Josh Allen didn't have a 300-yard game until Diggs got there. Stop. What, Marcus? Marcus.
Stop.
We're not even
here and start arguing about Stephon Diggs.
I don't know what yeah. Marcus, I think you came to the party late. That's not what we're talking about, sir.
We have a conversation. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So exactly, Burrow played with Chase at LSU and had Higgins from year 2 until now. Yep. Beasley, Brown were slot dudes. Didn't have a lot of the yards until they got here. Beasley was nice in Dallas. What are we talking about? Cole Beasley was nice in Dallas, and John Brown was pretty good too before he came to Buffalo. But okay, got you. Gabe Davis was inconsistent as fuck. Oh, we know. Y'all keep making excuses for Allen. That's why y'all won't win shit.
You know what, Dre? What happens is when fans make excuses for players, it cheapens their cachet. And all of a sudden, people get more caught up in the excuses than they do in actually grading the player.
Right.
It's not our fault. It's the people who keep giving the excuses fault.
Right, which is the reason why if anybody on the show,
it's better for them to just acknowledge what is clearly right in front of them about the player. Because if you try to give all those excuses, it's not going to help you in your argument. It's just going to make it worse. It is what it is. You can't change what it is if it's right in front of you. Which is the reason what it is.
Correct. Which is the reason why if people came on the show in the beginning, you would have heard me say that I said Joe is better than Josh. I know why Mark is making the comments he's making right now. But he came late to the party. I don't think he heard what I said. If he would have heard what I said, he wouldn't be saying that.
I'm not even looking at the comments anymore.
All right, I see him right here. He's just like, Marcus, sir, I need you to catch up, sir. Catch up to the party. All right. At least Burrow didn't end up like Andrew Luck. Who cares? No offensive line. Said Chase, Higgins, AJ Green, Tyler Boyd is better than Diggs, Davis, Beasley, and Brown. AJ Green. Okay, sir. AJ Green was nice before Joe Burrow was his quarterback, not when he had him. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, sir. I get you. The Bengals are still on shit, and then the ball more recent. If the Bengals ain't shit, that's fine, but that ain't shit team stomping the Bills. Check their stats. They had the best years with Allen. Oh yeah, but that's not a question. You heard me legitimately say that those players with Josh Allen weren't top 5 players, weren't top of the hill players till they got around Allen. I said that. I did say that. Okay, I thought I said that. Robert Foster. Yeah, they should have kept Robert Foster. Foster was nice, by the way. The Bengals are bums. They fans have Stockholm syndrome like a Lord have mercy, Daryl.
You're right. You're right, Dre. You're right, Dre. Josh has never beaten Joe Burrow in a game.
Right. I thought so. Speaking of truth or making excuses, what's the difference? They can't though. These folks see this dude through rose-colored glasses. Excuses are like assholes. Oh Lord, Marcus. Yes, we know that opinions is like assholes too, and everybody got one. Yes, we understand that. Again, I don't know who you're saying that to, but I hope it ain't me because, again, I literally just told you what I said in the beginning of the show. And I literally just told you that we have to be honest and look at it from every perspective. Marcus, why you again sharing what's her opinion on Burrow? See, you should have been watching from the beginning of the show. You would have heard her say, see, I don't.
I'll give it. I don't mind giving it.
I'm almost about to tell Marcus to bring his big head ass on here because he obviously missed the party. You're missing the point, sir. What are you talking about? I literally said Joe Burrow was better.
On Joe Burrow is Joe is that dude. He is. I believe that he needs better pieces around him, but he is that dude as far as a quarterback.
Definitely that dude. I'm not. I don't understand where the
tell that he makes good decisions on the field. I can tell he's very accurate with the ball. Everything. I mean,
don't get on my nerves. Please don't get on my nerves.
To not like about it.
I'll tell you this right now. Don't get on my nerves, sir.
There's nothing to not like about Joe. Nothing. So I need him to get to the playoffs if he's gonna do that. But he plays for the Bengals, so you know I don't give a shit. I'm a Steelers fan. Damn the Bengals. I don't care about the Bengals.
Right, but again, I
love Joe. I do love Joe.
The whole point was that I literally said the totality. I'm taking Joe Burrow. I literally said this, and I gave reasons for why. Not excuses, reasons, not feelings, reasons.
Well,
Marcus Betts and Marcus Herring about to be going at it in about 5 seconds. Watch this.
No, we're gonna move on to the next subject.
Watch. It's gonna be 5, 4, 3, 2. I can see it. Right. They went to the Super Bowl, came back with pocket lint. Congrats. Burrow has had better talent on offense than J.A. Is that true? Here it comes. Here it comes. I told you I know how to get a show to be combustible and full of life. Just mention. Here comes the peach crown too. Right now, I'm telling you right now. Here it comes.
Wait.
All right. So,
he's asking if Burrow has had better talent on offense than Josh Allen. Better talent on offense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Willie Fontaine, what's good, my guy? I see Marcus Heron in the building. Marcus Heron, is that a lie? Like we making that up? LOL. Willie Fontaine said, "Fly, Eagles, fly." Okay. So I'm gonna put this back up here again, real quick, and then we're gonna go to the next topic. Okay. I'll put this back up here. This was the original topic. All right, original topic. You about to see it in about 5 seconds. Original topic. Let's see. Right there. See it? That was the original topic, folks. I love the new touchscreen and all that good stuff. Daryl, and we're talking totality. Yo, we got them hot. People is hot in here. Ooh wee, they hot that I said Joe Burrow is better than Josh Allen. Ouch. Yo, they hot. And look at this dude acting like he's setting up chess pieces on a chessboard. Come on, dude. Here we go. Don't you start
Girl, what's good?
Don't you start this shit.
What's going on?
Whatever, Marcus. Bring your ass and come on.
What's going on? I wasn't talking to y'all. I just got home, so I'm sorry I missed that, and I did.
You missed it, yeah.
But then it's the usual suspects. They got excuses.
Here we go. Here he goes. See, always starting the shit. He's the usual suspects. Here we go.
They got excuses. They got more excuses than a pregnant nun. I swear. They got more excuses than a pregnant nun. Oh, Joe Burrow's got better offense. Okay, but guess what in football? It's not just offense. We've seen a lot of teams out there just had good offense. You got to have a good defense too. So y'all talk about, oh, Joe Burrow has had better offense. Yes, he has. But y'all do know that Joe Burrow tore his ACL his rookie season, right?
Right.
Y'all know that. And then he comes back from a torn ACL because his offensive line sucks. His offensive line sucks. And then he goes to the Super Bowl and he goes through Josh Allen. He beats Josh Allen in Buffalo. And then he beats Patrick Mahomes. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? And he plays in a tougher division. Joe Burrow has to see T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett twice a year, and y'all get to beat up on the Miami Dolphins with Noodle Brain Tua, the Patriots and Jets with Zach Wilson. What are we talking about here? Y'all gotta stop this crap.
Marcus, look at the screen right now. I need you to look at the screen, sir. Look at the screen. You see the screen? This was the conversation originally. Was about Justin Herbert being in the same sentence as Joe Burrow. We both disagree. Justin Herbert is not in the same sentence as Joe Burrow. Then I made the comment legitimately, and I said, right now, if I had to look at the totality of these two, Joe Burrow is a top 3 quarterback. And I said, oh, by the way, for those who are about to say Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson, I said Joe Burrow is still a top 3 quarterback. If I put it on my Lieber scale, in the totality of their careers, I'm putting Joe Burrow over Lamar and Josh. Legitimately. For these reasons. Now listen to the premise.
Okay.
Joe Burrow makes better decisions with the football, has better ball placement, and has been to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Those were my premises for why I said what I said. In totality, right now, I would say Josh Allen is the better quarterback if we're looking at Chapter 7. But I said totality of it. It's like, Marcus, if me and you was playing basketball and I said, well, you get to pick first and you pick Josh. I'm not going to be mad because I'm going to pick Joe. If you pick Joe, I'm not going to be mad because I'm going to pick Josh. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That was the conversation. And of course, we have plenty of premise, by the way, which I'm not taking away from nobody's premise. I think everybody has really good premise. This is a good conversational piece. And for those who understand, when you judge players, you have to go by the totality of what you've seen, the eye test. You can't go by future because tomorrow, one of them can get injured and their career is over. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or 5 games from now.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. This isn't making excuses for Herbert. This is not making excuses for Herbert. But Herbert, can we also talk about his coaches?
Yes. So that was the other thing. I had this conversation earlier.
Hang on. Let me get this out though. You have to look at things in, like you said, in their totality. You have to look at things in their totality.
You sound
Herbert.
Marcus, click up your volume.
Turn your volume up, Marcus.
Turn your volume up.
I got you.
You sound like you in the cave.
Yeah, you do.
Is that better? Can y'all hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh, sinner.
Say it now. Hang on a second. Keep talking.
Okay, so me and Devon had this conversation earlier. Justin Herbert's coaching has been god awful. Before Jim Harbaugh, his coaching was awful. Brandon Staley shouldn't even have been a head coach. I don't know what people saw that made Brandon Staley even become a head coach, but that was wrong. Then you had Gift Smith. Do y'all remember Gift Smith? You had Gift Smith. Nobody gives a damn. Huh?
Do I sound better now? Is that better now? I sound better?
It sound worse.
Yeah, it sounds even worse. I ain't gonna hold you. Marcus, just talk up. Talk up some. That's all I'm gonna say. You got to talk up.
Well, Dre, turn your volume down.
Okay. Down it is.
Turn yours down. A little bit more. Turn
Okay.
it down.
Down it goes. 14. We good?
Right. Yeah.
Marcus, you muted. You're muted. Come on, sir. Let's get it. All right.
Is that better?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
No, but go ahead.
No.
Keenan Allen always hurt. Mike Williams always hurt. Austin Eckler always hurt.
I mentioned this.
Oh, and guess what? He plays in the same division with Patrick Mahomes, who's been how many Super Bowls? He has to play him twice a year. So again, he's not big. He doesn't get to play against Zach Wilson and Mac Jones twice a year. We have to take these things into consideration when you're sitting over there and you're cheering about, oh, we've won this crappy division every year. Okay, some people have a harder road. Oh, Lamar Jackson, he's got to face Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt twice a year. Who is your biggest threat in the AFC East? I keep telling y'all this. Y'all got to stop, man. Look, the Buffalo Bills are a very good team. They're favorite 17. They're favored in all 17 games. And we'll be right back here next year when y'all fall short because Sean McDermott pees down his leg and y'all will have every excuse in the world. Oh, this happened. And so-and-so had diarrhea. And Haley Steinfeld, she didn't make Josh Allen macaroni and cheese, and that's why he was depressed.
That was my exact sentiment earlier. And if anybody read my article, that was my exact sentiment in the article as well. Marcus, you read I'm sure you're not the only one, but you read my article and what I said about the Buffalo Bills this year. I put it out there plain and simple. It's very simple. Matter of fact, I'm going to take this off now because we're not even talking about Justin Herbert really no more. I'm going to put it right here. Daryl said that the Bills play top 5 defenses, though.
Okay, you play bottom five offenses. That's
no,
why your defense is
Daryl
so
said that they have top 5 defenses in the AFC East.
Correct, which means the Bills play.
There's only one team that was top 5. There's only one team. One. That's Buffalo. They don't. Nobody else in there is top 5 in defense.
And they have bottom 5. And they have bottom 5 offenses. They have bottom 5 offenses. That's why your defense gets the feast. That's why your defense is so good, because you're playing the Patriots. Who's the best offensive threat on the New England Patriots?
But listen, Marcus. That used to be the argument all those Brady years. People said the same thing.
That's true.
People said the same thing. They always wanted a division because look who they had in the division. Nobody.
Here's the difference. Brady used that to his advantage.
He did.
And y'all still lose.
He did.
That's why Ben Roethlisberger only got 2 championships, because he got to fight his way through the AFC North versus the Ravens twice a year. That's the reason. That's the difference. That's the difference right there. So it makes your excuse even worse, because you have an easier path. You're like Boise State. That's what y'all are. You're Boise State. Oh, how come we don't get Boise State? Because when you play in the Mountain West, you know what you want?
Yo, hold on, wait a minute, because I'm sick of typing. I'm sick of typing to you. Now, time out. You didn't talk enough. Let me go now. Let me tell you something. You over here crying about 6 games we play every fucking year. 6. We still got to play a whole 17-game schedule. We beat 2 13-win teams last year. Where was Dallas at? What was Dallas doing? Did we smack Dallas like 2 years ago? Could y'all sit down? Sit down. Y'all were getting ran over by Philadelphia. And Philadelphia had an easy road because the Giants and the Cowboys wasn't shit. And they swept the Commanders. And they beat them in the NFC Championship game. So you want some about trash divisions? Why don't you look at the NFC East? The Cowboys ain't been shit for 30 years. Nobody cared you won rings in the mid-90s where everybody had VCR and VHS tapes. You ain't been shit since. But you sit up here and you talk like the Bills all damn day, like it's your job. And another thing, too, stop putting Lamar Jackson on Josh Allen's level. He ain't never been on his level. After 2019, he was a mediocre passer, and all he could do was run the ball. That's it. Then they got Derrick Henry. Now he touching 4,000 yards. Allen touched 4,000 yards 4 years in a row. Now you tell me this. Who got to run the record for touchdowns scored in the season while we talking about turnovers? It ain't Lamar. It ain't Burrow. It ain't Mahomes. It's Josh Allen. You understand that? Now, all this stuff you saying is excuses, cool. You want to say Joe Burrow better because he got to a Super Bowl? That's fine. You want to say he kicked our ass? He did kick our ass in Buffalo. We had to accept that. Allen was off. The defense wasn't shit. It was bad. It was all bad. But don't sit up here and tell me that because somebody went to the Super Bowl and they've been to the playoffs in, 2 years, he's better than him because of totality? When the dude came into the league, he had fat-ass Kelvin Benjamin and Charles Clay as his receivers. Chase Higgins, Tyler Boyd, AJ Green been with Joe Burrow even when he tore his ACL up. I want to hear that.
Was AJ
Everybody got revisionist history because they see a playoff game. Oh, yeah, he better than him. Yeah, he beat Mahomes in Mahomes' house. Mahomes is smacking that fool ever since.
Okay, he's been smacking you
ever
since too. He's been smacking you.
Hold on. All right, so Darren, hold on. Marcus, let me clear that up because he's partly talking about my argument. Okay. So, Daryl, get your hair off the screen. I need you to get your hair off the screen.
Because I'm trying to hear it. And another thing. AFC North a tough division. The Bills would beat AFC North teams in the playoffs, including Lamar.
About Michael the alphabets. Listen to me. Ready?
That's not the AFC East, is it?
Hold on. Watch this. Hold on. Daryl, listen to me, sir.
Told you that.
My premise for my argument is legitimate. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to say this again. Number one, the fact that you're using Charles Clay and Kelvin Benjamin as an excuse for first year jitters, That's not on Joe Burrow. That's on your GM. Your GM picked Kelvin Benjamin and Charles Clay, sir. So again, I explained this earlier. We literally talk about GMs when they make good decisions, but then we use the same good decisions as an excuse for why teams, oh, well, he played with him, and that's why he's good. Well, my thing is, aren't GMs supposed to pick the best players? They're supposed to pick the best players, sir.
Well, you pick the top half of the draft, you ain't shit. Yeah, you ought to get the best player.
Hold on, watch this, though. I will say this. The Cincinnati Bengals had enough sense to go get Jamar Chase and go put him on the same team as Joe Burrow. They had the sense to go get T. Higgins that played competition in college and bring him to the Bengals.
You sound choppy.
AJ Green was washed when he got to. Okay, now let me get back to it. Now that I put everybody in here. Okay, AJ Green was washed when Joe Burrow got to Cincinnati. Let's not mention AJ Green. AJ Green was literally Carson Palmer's weapon and whatchamacallit's weapon before Burrow. So my thing is, Marcus, don't antagonize. You love to antagonize, Marcus. Stop. So my thing is, you look at the totality, right? I'm looking at talent. So we do an eye test, right? Joe Burrow makes better decisions with the football, and he's a better ball placer. Then I said that he made the Super Bowl. The reason why I add the Super Bowl is for the simple fact that he tore his ACL and the next year came back and went to the Super Bowl. Sir, let me ask you this question. How many quarterbacks have torn their ACL and then come back the next season and go to the Super Bowl on a team that wasn't hardly half as good in one of the baddest divisions in football? We gotta look at that situation. We can't deny that. They play in what is considered and has been considered the best division in football for years. Let's be clear. The Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns have all made the playoffs in the last 4 years.
Hang on, though, Dre.
So we're talking totality.
Hang on, Dre.
I have to give Burrow his props.
Dre, do you think that
God
even
damn it.
the Brady,
Okay.
do you think that even the Brady Patriots wins the AFC?
Please bear with me. I'm sorry that is doing this. This area is weird. Sometimes. All I'm saying is we have to understand and give Joe Burrow his props for that. In totality, there's only 2 quarterbacks who have been with the same coach for 7 years and have not made the Super Bowl. In the history of the NFL, entire history, there's only 2 quarterbacks who've been with the same coach for the first 7 years and not the Super Bowl. Those 2 quarterbacks are Lamar and Josh, and we can't deny that. We can't sit up here and we can't say, well, he had better weapons on offense and we had better weapons on defense. No, general managers are supposed to put the best players around your teams. I hate when people say, well, they have better offense, as if they didn't have a job to do. Their job is to put the best players in the best positions, legitimately. So yes, he went to a Super Bowl. Josh has not made one. The last 2 years, Josh has been better than Joe. Joe hasn't made the playoffs at all. I literally was the one who sat up here, am I lying? Tell me when I'm lying. Who said the Bengals wouldn't make the playoffs before people saw it coming. I said it. I said that they would make it back-to-back seasons, not make the playoffs, and it happened. I'm going to say it's going to happen the third year. And it's going to happen. Watch what I tell you. Because the GMs have made a decision that they only care about offense. Well, let me ask you this question. You know this, Dev. What's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Is that not the Cincinnati Bengals right now? The last 3 seasons.
3.
Yes.
Go back further than that.
3. No, I'm just talking about the last 3 because they haven't made the playoffs.
Hang on, Trey. We do have to give them props because they are trying to get better. They spent their first round pick on Shamar Stewart. So we do have to look. You're not gonna fix everything at one time.
Hold on now, Marcus. But let's not act like they wasn't about to sign this man for the Rockets. Let's not do that.
They're goofballs. They're goofballs.
Okay. They also have not signed. Did they sign Henderson yet?
They have not signed. They have not.
That's goofy as hell. So that tells me you don't care about your defense.
But look, they're looking at it as. They're like in the same position with Hendrickson that the Steelers are with Cam Hayward. Do I want to pay a 31-year-old edge rusher $39 million a year? Look, we have to also look at the business aspects.
We totally understand, but I'll tell you what, Marcus, watch this.
They're not doing it. Hang on. They're not going out and spending $15 million for Joey Bosa.
Antagonist. Okay, watch this. Marcus, let me ask you this question, sir. I totally understand what you're talking about. Do they want to pay a 30-year-old 39? Sir, at this point, you know when you really just don't have too many more options and you just gotta do what's best for the team, regardless of all that business shit. The Bengals better go ahead and pay that man Henderson. They better pay him. They ain't got no other options but to pay him.
The Bengals and the Steelers are two sides of the same coin. I said this on the show the other day. The Steelers spend all of their damn money on defense. They have the highest paid defense. They don't spend no money on offense. The Bengals spend all their damn money on offense, so they don't spend no money on defense. In today's game, you gotta have balance. You can't just be we're gonna score 45 points a game, and you can't be like, oh, unless you're the 2000 Ravens or the 85 Bears or maybe the 78 Steelers, you're not just gonna stop somebody. So you gotta find that. And
you know what? The Cowboys pay the quarterback. They can't get past the first round.
he know that. He know I give him more hell than a little bit about the Dallas Cowboys. He know that.
The issue is, I believe with the salary cap, you got to go and I think that the quarterback salary cap has to. It should be separate from the rest of the salary cap because that's the way that it's going. That's the way that it's going. Tua's making $53 million. Jordan Love's making $55 million. That's just the way that it's going. There's no way that Dak Prescott should be making $60 million. I agree with you. I was like, that's idiotic. You just can't do that. But that's the way of quarterbacks now. With the collective bargaining agreement, I don't agree with it. I'm with you on that. They should not do that. They just shouldn't do it.
Tua shouldn't be making $52 million at all.
No way.
We're about to find out about Brock Purdy this year. We're about to find out about Brock Purdy that now that he ain't playing with the
I think so too. Yeah.
When you ain't playing with the Avengers. But it's not the who you play against matters consistently. And brother, for you to say that the NFC East, that's blasphemous, bro. The NFC East is the only team, the only division that's got multiple championships. You can never speak ill of that.
Yeah, but the Eagles are the only ones that have been winning recently in the NFC East.
Okay, because we go through.
Recently.
We kicked the Eagles. We beat the Commanders last year. They were in the NFC, and they were in the NFC Championship. There's no way. This is what I talk about with the divisions. There's no way that the Patriots or even your Bills go win the division for 5-6 straight years in the NFC East. It doesn't happen. And damn sure not 11 straight years when y'all were letting the Bills, the Patriots go 11 years in a row. So that's what I talk about with the divisions. There's no way that the Patriots, even the Tom Brady Patriots, come into the NFC East or the AFC North and win 11 years in a row. It's not happening.
The Chiefs been winning the division for like 7 years.
So hang on. So you said, oh, we tapped the Cowboys' ass. We play y'all every 5 years. And y'all lost to the Jags, who had the #1 pick 2 years in a row. Y'all scored 6 points. It happens because you don't play them like, if y'all played them 10 times, you probably win 8 or 9 times. But to brag, oh, we beat the Cowboys, we play you every 5 years. We play you every, so using that as a premise is just, come on. I don't think that the Jacksonville Jaguars are better than y'all, but they beat you. And the other Josh Allen had Josh Allen, your Josh Allen, running for his damn life. He had a good game. Let's not use it.
Marcus, I have to read this. Marcus Harris said, I don't want to hear that shit about how good their division is.
Of course.
He said the Bills have sent the Ravens and Steelers home twice in the playoffs.
Yes, you have. You have.
The only game you lost against the AFC North was the Bengals game, bro.
Okay, and again, because it's a
right. So that means is that it? But you called that division tough. And you said we got a cupcake division that we run through every season. So when we get there to the playoffs and beat the tougher division, is it because we had a cupcake division or is it because we a good team?
Because they had to battle their way to the playoffs while
what do we have to do? What we had to do? So just because we won 6 games, we automatically go to the playoffs?
Okay, hang on. This was you. Hang on. Me and you had a conversation this morning, and I was like, You said that Josh Allen was cheated out the MVP in 2023 with 23 turnovers. No, he's not. Not with 22.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Bro, he had like 49 touchdowns, man. 49 total.
Okay, and 22 touchdowns. Only Sam turnovers. Sam Howell. Only Sam Howell had more turnovers. Sam Howell. You don't ever want to be mentioned in the same breath as Sam Howell.
I remember Brett Favre won MVP with 21 turnovers that year.
Okay.
In his MVP season. So that's why the whole turnover conversation never mattered to me.
That was a different era. But you lost to Zach Wilson with Josh Allen throwing 4 interceptions.
Yeah, that was bad.
4 interceptions again.
That was bad.
And you lost to the Broncos, who had 70 points put on them by the Dolphins. Stop.
That was bad too. And then we put 48 up on the Dolphins.
Okay, that's what I'm saying though. So
right, but you talking about the Dolphins putting 70 on somebody, but they trash. Like, which one is it?
15th in QBR.
Which one is it? They trash. They can't beat us, but they put 70 on everybody else.
I also had this conversation with Marcus before on the show. I said that the Miami Dolphins, I'm sorry, last I checked, they beat NFC East teams too, just like the Bills have too. The Bills have beaten every NFC East team by 2 points. They lost in overtime. So when I hear about Cupcake, I get what he's saying, though. You have to look at it from both perspectives. That perspective, Marcus is saying that division is so tough competition-wise that they have to battle constantly within themselves just to get out of their division, and win other games because it's so competition. Their division has so much parity.
It's the same premise that they use in college football. It's the reason why the Florida State Seminoles, who were undefeated.
Stop that. Marcus, I done told you about using the Florida State Seminoles. You're about to disrespect my Seminoles on this damn show. I told you about that. Stop trying to disrespect my Seminoles. You keep using that. Okay? Mr. Roll Tide. No, you gonna stop doing that. You gonna stop.
What's a harder conference? The SEC or the Mountain West? Are you telling me?
Yeah, but when you put the SEC
against ACC he put that team asses. Yeah, that's why I hope that I done told Michael about his
If you really wanted to, you could put every SEC team in the playoffs. You can't do that though.
You're talking about beating Vanderbilt. Yes,
No, sir. No, sir. No, don't you dare do that. Florida State beat LSU's ass. Ask Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels became a better player and a better man after that ass whooping. Let's be clear. What he talking about right now? Sharon, get your name. Get him right now. I'm talking to junk. Get him.
Hang on. When the ACC sends championships, when the ACC sends 2 teams to the national championship, like the SEC has done with Georgia and Alabama, or like the Big Ten has done, we can have that conversation. Again, when you're sending 2 teams to the national championship, yeah, that's pretty damn good. Okay? There's only been two conferences to send 2 representatives to the championship game. So yes, your competition, when you get the steamroll, you know what it is? It's Jake Paul. I'm undefeated. Dude, you're
but we don't steamroll nobody.
It's like Clarissa Shields said that she wants to beat up Layla Ali. Oh, I beat up Layla Ali. Layla Ali's 100 years old. Or Jake Paul bragging about beating Mike Tyson. That's what y'all are doing. Your competition.
If we're being real, the only team we really steamroll is the Jets. Go watch the Patriots and Dolphins. They always competitive. We never blow them out.
That says a lot.
There's only like 1 or 2 times we blew them out.
That says a lot. When you're out there losing to Mac Jones, you should never lose.
We not losing. Listen, you never should lose to Mac Jones. You're right.
You should never lose to Mac
You're
Jones.
right. You never should lose to Mac Jones. But like you said, shit happens. It's a division game. A team that knows us.
How many games does you struggle against Skylar Thompson in the playoffs? Skylar Thompson.
No. Skylar Thompson had 145 yards and 3 interceptions. The only reason why that was a game is because Josh Allen made it a game. Now, you think I'm a cheerleader? Josh Allen almost lost that game for us. Really? That's why Miami stayed in the game. Yes. He had 3 turnovers that could have directly affected the game. Yes, he did. Yes.
Just like the 4.
That's why the game was close.
Okay, watch this. Let me read these comments, y'all.
Let me finish though, Dre. Just like the 4.
Let me read these comments, y'all.
Just like the 4 interceptions he threw in the opening game against the Jets. When Aaron Rodgers started the game and played 1 series, and you lost to Zach Wilson because he threw 4 interceptions.
That was a bad game.
The year you said he got cheated out the MVP, by the way. But go ahead.
Yeah, because everybody saw my stats. Stat-wise, he blew Lamar out the water. Lamar wasn't even the top 10 quarterback in anything. And we can go look at that.
He's a dual.
I don't care what he is. He wasn't a top 10 quarterback that season.
When you throw for 3,000 yards and run for 1,200,
Marcus, it was so bad that Dak Prescott should have won MVP over Lamar that year.
Dak Prescott should not have.
He had 4,500 yards, threw under 10 interceptions, and had 40+ touchdown passes.
You see this helmet on my wall? No, Dak Prescott
should
not have.
I see it. But that year, Dak Prescott was better than Lamar Jackson. Christian McCaffrey should have won MVP over Lamar. It could have been anybody but Lamar. Lamar wasn't top 10 in anything. They literally handed it to him.
He beat the MVP candidates. He beat Purdy. He beat Christian McCaffrey. He beat Tua.
When? What part of the season did he beat them?
He played.
That matters. That matters.
At the end of the season, where it's on the line.
He beat all of them teams. Wait a minute. Not only did Lamar beat them, they put belt to ass on all those teams. They put belt to ass on all those teams.
The top MVP.
Baltimore had the best defense in the league that year, and it was the 1 seed, and couldn't score more than 10 points against Kansas City.
He had 5 interceptions. 5. Do you understand? That's why Josh won last year. That's why Josh won. He had 6? And you want him to have the MVP with 22? Really? That's some
It wasn't 22 interceptions. It was 22 total turnovers.
Yes,
22 total.
Yes, we count lost fumbles too. We count lost fumbles.
Now this year, Lamar had more turnovers than Allen did, even though he only threw 4 interceptions. He fumbled like 6-7 times.
Okay, he didn't have 20. He didn't have 20.
Okay, so if we talking about so is turnovers a big deal or are they not a big deal? Okay, so you talk about somebody got robbed of MVP because of the stats they had. I gave you stats where the man had better stats. The only thing that was wrong was the turnovers. Now this year's the same thing. It's the same thing this year. But everybody crying about he got handed MVP. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear about stats. It's not a stat award. It's who's most valuable. I swear to God, I watched the playoff game with Tyler Huntley playing for the Ravens. When was the last time you saw the Bills play a playoff game without Josh Allen? You haven't. Other than Tyrod Taylor. He wasn't even here yet. In the middle of Lamar's era in Baltimore, Tyler Huntley started a playoff game and almost won against the Bengals.
Okay, almost. Don't
count.
It's for the Lamar guy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Almost is wide right.
Almost
is wide right. That's
Jay. That was
almost is having 2 number 1 seeds and going 1 and done.
Who, me?
I said Jay.
Almost is being 0-2.
He just mad.
What are you talking about? Almost is going 0-2 against Josh Allen in the playoffs. That's almost. That's almost. What do you mean?
And y'all still say he's better than Patrick Mahomes.
And then hold on. And you talk about Cake Division. Ain't Burrow 1-9 against Lamar?
Yeah, because he plays in a tougher division. He playing a
I wasn't okay. Well, so then does that mean that Joe Burrow ain't shit then? Because he can't beat Lamar? And Lamar can't, and he can't beat Lamar. Lamar can't even get as far as he got.
Well, yeah, he can because Joe Burrow's been in the Super Bowl.
Right. So, but he can't beat Lamar though. But he playing a tougher division. He been further than Lamar. He been to Super Bowl.
Yes, Sharon, they is. Sharon, I agree with you. I'm dying. I'm over here just dying. Listen.
You see, I'm over here chilling. I'm chilling.
Yes, I'm over here just listen.
Again, I'm just checking. Look, I'm over here fact checking. I'm like, no, that ain't true.
Nope.
And again, that's that. Until y'all get, and this is what Dre was talking about. Until y'all get that mentality out of your head, for you to even say with a straight face, almost, that tells me everything that I need to know. Almost. Ain't that the song Brandy said? What's the song? You know the Bills. Y'all celebrate Josh Allen being on the cover of Madden. That's like a victory for y'all. Y'all are celebrating on Hard Knocks.
I haven't watched Hard Knocks. I don't even care if they hear.
Marcus, calm down, Marcus.
I don't need Hard Knocks.
Listen, if you want to
y'all gotta understand. The Bills are a long-suffering fan base.
Almost.
Let them have their.
Hold on, folks. Watch this. You know what? It's so real. I gotta do this. I gotta do it. I hate doing it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it real quick. So y'all two can stop arguing. Y'all two, listen, we loving it. We loving the conversation. But I know how to get Marcus' blood pressure going. Just talk about the Bills and Josh Allen, and then I know how to get his blood pressure going. Just say anything that sound derogatory about circling the wagons. And here comes Daryl. I already know this. Sharon, me and you sitting up here looking like, Lord have mercy. Like all of this off of Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, and then the comment I made about Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. And here we go. I told you a whole hour off of that. But you know what? Only this sports market right here can do that, though. I tell you that. Only this sports market can do that. Only this sports market can make it entertaining and then talk about these folks constantly. Hold on, what is Marcus? What is Marcus pointing at?
Jay Radon, don't do that. Don't do that. Look, we laugh and we joke. Calling a whole fan base a bunch of it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Jay Renard and his feelings.
Look, we laugh and we joke and we, there's sports banter and stuff like that. I respect Buffalo. I'm coming up there to get me some wings. I hope y'all come down to the Alphabets football show, Rise Up Family meet and greet in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yep. It's coming.
I'm welcome to come down there and get y'all some oxtail. Sharon said she wanted some.
Yeah, Jay Renard, please don't ruin the show doing that. Please don't ruin the show doing that.
Sharon said, "What? What did I say? I wanted. What did I say?
You said you wanted some smoked oxtails, chocolate girl.
No, I did not. I don't eat oxtails, sir. Oxtails are nasty. No, I don't eat oxtails, baby. No."
But my coach used to have a saying, and this goes to anything. Winners worry about winning, and losers worry about winners. That's one of the realest things that he ever told me, and that goes for anybody. Until people don't believe you can do anything, it always seems impossible until you do it. It always seems that there's a lot of quarterbacks and franchises out there that have been long suffering. And then they got over the hump. You know what I'm saying? I remember Steve Young won his championship because he was in Joe Montana's shadow. And when he won, I mean, the 49ers, of course, had won Super Bowls, but he didn't win. It was that's Joe Montana's team, and he had to win one on his own. And they took the monkey. He's like, take this monkey off my back. But here, the thing about it is, and this is just the reality. Until you do it, see. I'm a Cowboys fan. I watched my team win 3 championships in 4 years. And even if it's 30 years, I'm 50 years old. I can die tonight with my football life and be like, okay, I saw my team win a Super Bowl, win 3 Super Bowls. But until you do it, you're 6, Sharon, I got you. But until you do it, Buffalo, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but until y'all do it and y'all talk all around and do this and do that, until you do it, you're going to keep getting the treatment that you get. The Eagles, you know who we used to treat the Eagles really bad. The whole NFC East, we used to treat the Eagles real bad. Now I got to look at Dennis Holmes. Like we done won. We beat, and they beat the Chiefs. So he's got a little bit to talk because
and the Patriots. Hold on, they beat the Chiefs and the Patriots.
So you can't do that. So when you're sitting up there, we did this and we did this and we almost did that. The energy that gives off is just it's not good. It's just not. Well, we did this. You lost. So in the end, all of this other stuff here and all of that. It just is.
But secondarily, though, I hear all of that. But secondarily, don't shit on everything we trying to accomplish too. Don't just say, hold on, no, wait a minute. Don't just say, no. I respect everything you're saying, though. I hear you because you're right. Until we win something, we ain't shit. But until that time, though, don't say we just run through a soft division and we just do this and we do that. We still running into the same problem that we can't get over. So we still have obstacles. It ain't like it's smooth sailing every year. You know what I'm saying? And being in the regular season.
Wait, where's the lie though? Where the lie at? There's no lie in that though. To say that.
To say what? That we have a soft division?
Yeah.
The Patriots had a soft division too once these championships. Nobody cared.
And that's what I said earlier. I pointed that out. That was always my argument.
That's what I'm saying, but like nobody cared though.
Always.
Nobody cared. Nobody said anything about it. And that's not their fault. The other 3
Let's address the elephant in the room. If the Bills actually beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, this wouldn't be a conversation. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. If the Bills beat the Chiefs, this wouldn't be a conversation. The only reason why it is a conversation is because Brady and them did beat the AFC East, but he beat everybody. He beat everybody. There's not a team Brady hasn't beaten.
Yeah,
Brady has beaten
was one of the top
everybody, and that's the thing. When you've beaten everybody,
Dolphins haven't had that success in that run. We have any of that.
But Daryl, we can't exclude the fact that they beat everybody. That includes Patrick Mahomes. Brady beat Mahomes too.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody. That's the difference.
Say, oh, it's because of the AFC East was soft. Nobody said that.
Yeah, but see, I understand where they go. Again, there's different ways of looking at football and premise and arguments. I get it. I don't use the soft division argument. I use what you did at that point in time when you played against the best, the very best. The Kansas City Chiefs, the very best. The Bills are 0-4 in the playoffs. Again, and I give you truth when I say this, there's no coach that has ever coached in the NFL who has lost 4 times in the playoffs to the same team and have kept their job. There's not one, except for guess who? Sean McDermott. The only one. Just like I gave you premise earlier, there's only 2 quarterbacks who have had the same coach in 7 years and never made the Super Bowl. That's Lamar and Josh. Who's their coach? McDermott. Well, watch this. Guess why John Harbaugh gets the pass though?
Because
Harbaugh gets the pass because he won a Super Bowl and he's been there.
He's got to fight for his life out the AFC door. But no, with the soft division, I stand on that. We had teams from.
I can't stand on that.
Hang on. I'm gonna.
I can't stand on that when the Bills have beaten everybody else except for 2 teams, and the 2 teams is the Eagles and the Chiefs.
You're missing the point, though. What I'm saying is, when you're not you don't have to fight for your life just to make the playoffs.
No, I totally get that, Mark. Trust me, you're talking to somebody who gets that.
We were 7-6 one year, had to go on a winning streak to get there.
Okay, I saw a team go to the playoffs from the NFC South at 7-8-1. 7-8-1. Yes, divisions matter. When you're 7-8-1 and you get to go to the playoffs, they're trying to change the rule for that. So yes, AFC South. Yes.
No, actually, didn't they? They did change the rule for that, Marcus.
So when the Houston Texans win the division, it's not because they're a good team, because the division soft.
I'm saying I'm not saying that they're not a good team. I'm saying they have a easier path. That's all that I'm saying. When I say that, y'all get you have that easier. When I get to beat up the Jacksonville Jaguars twice a year and beat up the Indianapolis Colts with Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson at quarterback, yes, it's different than when I got to play against the AFC North. So yes, divisions matter. Conferences matter. The conference that you play in. Oh, we're an undefeated champion from the Mountain West, bro.
What would you call the AFC West?
Okay, until recently, but you got to understand. Right now, all of their coaches have been to the Super Bowl. All of their coaches, 3 out of 4 of their coaches have a Super Bowl ring. That's why everybody's saying that Kansas City, this is the most dangerous time for the Kansas City Chiefs, because I'm even saying that. We just did a show on this the other week. It is not written in the stars that the Kansas City Chiefs win the division this year. And by the way, Rashee Rice should be suspended. That's another thing too, but that's a whole other thing. He should be suspended. There's no way that Jordan Addison gets 3 games and then Rashee Rice does a hit and run and they push his damn hearing to September the 30th, so he's going to get to play the first month. There's no way.
That's not right. That's not right.
That's a competitive advantage. That's unfair to the NFC North. The AFC West. That's unfair.
He may not even play this year either. His trial is coming up. Rashee Rice's trial is coming up.
He already had his trial.
No. No, it was just reported today
That was his hearing. No,
that he had to hear. He has to go. He has to go back though.
No, his trial is over. The hearings was with the commissioner. He's had his trial.
Oh, okay.
He got 5 years. He got 5 years probation, and he's got to do 30 days in jail in that 5 years. And you gave Jordan Addison 3. You got Jordan Addison 3 games. You gave Jordan Addison, and this dude done did a hit and run. So you
he injured multiple people. He didn't just injure one. He injured multiple
people. And then they're filming it, and you get in the car and drive away. And you get the play again, and this happened last year. This ain't like this happened last year, and they were
Marcus, you know my stance on Rashid Rice. He wouldn't be playing again this year either.
We talked about that though. But as far as the AFC West right now, Kansas City, they got their work cut out. You got to see Sean Payton, Super Bowl champion. You got to see John Harbaugh, who been to a Super Bowl. He lost to his brother.
No, John Harbaugh won. What are you talking about? He lost.
Jim.
Oh, Jim. Oh, you talking about Jim? Yeah, Jim lost.
and then Pete Carroll with the Seahawks. He been to 2 Super Bowls. So the Chiefs, all that cakewalk shit with them, that shit's over now too. But we got to take that into consideration when you get to beat up on people. My coach used to have another saying too. It ain't a fight until there's resistance. And what he meant by that is we were talking about like Mike Tyson. Oh, he's just mowing through people. It's different when you hit somebody and they cower up like this. And it's different when you hit somebody and they hit your ass back.
Well, Marcus, there's another thing that we didn't mention. We haven't mentioned on the show. Marcus Heron mentioned it too. Let's not forget that the Patriots also had first round buys. If you were the first and second, hold on, no. If you were the first or second place team, you got a first round bye, which is one less game. Yeah. They don't do that anymore. So the Bills do not get any buys anymore. Yeah, that's a big difference.
Which is fine because they changed it. We ain't nobody gonna cry about it because they
correct. But it is a big difference.
Here's the thing about it. You get the first round bye because you have the division sold up by week 13. You have the division sold up by week 13. You have the division.
The other year, we didn't win the division until week 17, week 18.
When you win,
Miami had a 5-game lead. You had to come back and win. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not all that the cakewalk y'all try to make it. It really don't be like that.
1 year y'all were 6-0 in the division. You go 6-0, 4-2 in the division. Yeah, so now you only got to win. You only got to win like 6 or 7 more games.
Yeah, but Marcus, you do got a point. Let's not forget the year that the Bills had to come back 5 games underneath Miami to come back to win the division.
That's volumes. You're making my point.
That was one season.
That makes that you're making.
That was one season. Correct.
That makes Marcus' point actually.
You're making my point.
Yeah, it do make his point.
So in the last 6 years, Miami done made the playoffs, and the Patriots done made the playoffs. Miami made it multiple times. So it's been years when we were sending 2 teams from the division to the playoffs.
The Miami Dolphins have not won your division since 2008, sir.
Yeah, that's fine, but they made the playoffs though.
Okay. They got an extra player. We talk about the two bye weeks. Guess what? Too with that, there's an extra playoff team too. If it was the old system of 6 teams getting in the playoff, Miami
would have made it.
They ain't making it. So we got to take that into consideration too. Miami ain't making it under the old system, and they're trying to add more playoff teams because again, they like this. We can't make it, so please change the rules for us so we can get in. No.
But Marcus, I'm gonna tell you this right now. While you sitting up here talking like you a preacher, man, you leave my damn Florida State Seminoles out of it and stop disrespecting my Florida State Seminoles. I done told you, and I ain't gonna let you keep disrespecting them. I'm gonna get back to that. Don't disrespect that team no more. Okay, that team would have bust everybody's ass in the SEC. You can stop that. Sorry. Every team.
The ACC is the AFC East of college football. How about that?
That's a damn lie. Now you done lied. Now you done here and lie. Right on the damn show. Do this once.
I'm joking. I'm joking. The worst division in football. The worst of it. Can we agree that the worst division in football is the AFC South? Can we all agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. I kid, but
yeah, you joke, Eminem. You better stop that shit. Okay? Stop that disrespect. All right. Now Miami is gonna steal wins in the East. The Bills have been second seed multiple times in the last few years. Absolutely. Bring the hard schedule on. It'll make them better. I agree. Again, competition matters. I've said this for the longest. Competition do matter. You lucky we don't do drug tests on the show. Oh shit! I don't know who he talking about. Maybe Jay Renard or somebody. But he funny. Yeah, he probably talking about Jay. That shit is funny though.
We nearly hit 2 hours, and I want to ask.
Yeah.
We got the chocolate girl here. I don't get to do a lot of work with the chocolate girl. And I want to ask everybody. I want y'all to put it in the comment sections too. Okay. If the Buffalo Bills do not make it to the Super Bowl this year, what needs to happen?
Such an antagonist.
I'll answer that right now. It should have happened last year. They got to fire Sean McDermott.
Say that again.
They got to fire Sean McDermott. They should have been fired.
Y'all heard what he just said? Now that's from a straight legitimate Bills fan. So when I said don't be getting all butthurt, because I've been telling y'all this for the longest. Sean McDermott, the quietest cat, and I'm gonna be very clear. Let me give it from every aspect. Players have to go out and make the plays, but the coaching staff has to put the players in the best position to win football games and make the correct decisions. I tell you right now that if the Bills do not make the Super Bowl this year, it will be for the exact reason I just told you. It'll be because Sean McDermott and them did not put their players in the best positions and did not make the critical decisions that matter in critical times. And that will be the Achilles heel. When you give up 33 points per game in the playoffs against the goddamn Chiefs, mind you, the Chiefs didn't score 30 points not once last year until they played the Bills. Sir, we have a serious problem. You cannot continue to be the Moses of football, sir. You keep getting them to the line, but you can't get them over into the promised land. We're not doing this wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. Y'all keep doing that. There has to be a change. Now, if you want to talk business, Marcus, we've had this conversation, sir. When you lose your stadium and then you build a brand new stadium, and sir, you live right here, so you know exactly how it is systemically and economically in this damn city, sir. When you build a new stadium and you build the stadium to appease a certain culture, you know this, $1,500 for licenses to seats, ticket prices going up, you cut 20,000 seats and you kept it in that rural ass Orchard Park area, which you know damn well ain't got not one Forbes 500 list fucking business in it. You know damn well that you cannot continue to have the same circle the wagon shit that y'all been circling for. Marcus, shut up. Yo, every time I say that, he laugh. Circle the wagons bullshit.
I noticed that he laugh every time you say it.
Every time. Circle the wagons bullshit that they've been doing for 30 years. They want to see a winner. Those people want to see a winner. Somebody who's going to win. Not almost doesn't count like Brandy. Okay? They don't want to see that shit no more. They want to see winners.
Doesn't count.
Okay.
The girl. What needs to happen if he falls?
What needs to happen, Michael? I don't even know why you asked this question because you know what already needs to happen. Sean McDermott, to me, and Marcus Herring. This is where me and Marcus Herring had conversations. But you already know. I'm gonna let Sharon go ahead because I don't know why he asked to share. But go ahead, Sharon.
It don't matter why. I don't care why he asked it. I'm just going to answer the question. Sean McDermott needs to get fired, and they need to trade. They need to trade Josh Allen and trade him to the Steelers. That's the answer. Let him come to a real team. He needs to be on a real team.
Yo.
Nah, that's not. See, the first part was fine. The second part, yeah, I can't.
Monster, what up?
Hey, somebody put it in the comments. Trade Josh Allen. I just saw it. It's in here.
Paul Robinson,
I'm not the only one that thinks that.
Who said trade Josh Allen?
Who said
Let me see who said
He
that.
ain't for sale. I'm sorry.
Oh, Dwayne Woodley said that.
Dwayne Woodley's a Chiefs fan. He don't get that.
Yeah, I know.
Marcus said the players have not made the plays when they needed to. The Bills players gave up contained versus the Chiefs, and it resulted of 2 first downs, 2 touchdowns. The year prior, the Bills players missed field goals, dropped touchdowns, and lost both games by 3 points.
Also, okay. Well, is that the same? Hang on, no. Is that the same as Jalen Ramsey slipping and Jamar Chase beating Jalen Ramsey in the Super Bowl and Aaron Donald hits Joe Burrow? Is that the same type thing?
Marcus, no. See, no. Don't let me and Marcus Terry had it. Don't let him get off the hook. Wait a minute. I'm saying don't let him get off the hook. Sir, you mentioned that stuff, right? But let's not forget the same coach who allowed y'all to pull that PR stunt by having DeMar Hamlin do that fake ass punt late in the football game at home against the Chiefs. Let's not start, sir. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, Marcus. I know you want to say players, but coaching got a lot to do with it too, sir. Last I checked, the coach goes and takes the players into the locker room. Oh, Marcus, let me finish this. The coach goes and takes the players into the locker room. You saw that Patrick Mahomes scored on that diamond formation where he scored, where Kareem Hunt ran the ball into the end zone. You saw that, right? So if you saw that and that's what they scored on, right? As a coach, you gonna say, hey, we saw this play, they scored on this, this is what we do, right? This is how you make the adjustments. Well, how come they used that same money play in the fourth quarter and score and won the game off of it then?
Okay, but you're missing the point I'm making. So you're saying all the players aren't making plays, and that's why Josh Allen hasn't reached his potential. Okay, so if we're going to use that logic, what about when Mark Andrew dropped that 2-point conversion, that game that y'all barely won?
So Marcus says slipping is a physical issue. Giving up containment is an alignment.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The Ravens should have won that game.
Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So you're saying, well, we barely lost this game. Again, we talk about the almost doesn't count. So this is what I talk about, giving people the same grace that you want. Oh, well, our defense. So when Joe Burrow, when the Bengals are giving up 50 points a game, then y'all are like, well, he hasn't made the playoffs in 2 years. Okay, but Joe Burrow balled out last year. And
he did.
With that losing record, even with that, no, let me finish. Was that Joe Burrow's fault that the Bengals didn't make the playoffs last year?
No, okay, so I'm not. Marcus Herring said he's not talking about Josh Allen at all. Marcus also said I'm not talking about Kareem. I'm talking about Mahomes. Marcus, that was the same play. All he did was drop the the option read. He instead of giving it to Kareem, he ran it himself. It was the same play. Andy Reid, after the game, literally said that he knew that play worked in the first half, and he knows that McDermott is not great at that. So he ran it again. He said this. I'm not understanding. Caller on the line. Caller. caller. I already know who this is. Marcus Heron, what up?
You damn right you know who it is on the phone. You already know.
Look, I already know. Marcus.
What up, Beth? What up, talking lady? What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Marcus Heron.
Great name, by the way. Great name.
Great. Yes, Marcus Heron. We had this conversation, sir.
This is the best. Because this is, I can see he's a big, strong dude because he be moving goalposts all day and night. He's evil as hell. You see, he almost ain't got no neck. He's so damn big and strong.
Oh, shit. Yo.
I love my man Zach because he got a great name, damn it.
Yo.
Now, when we talk about giving up contain, we're talking about a player that has to line up according to the scheme of the defense. There is no defense that where a defensive end is giving up contain unless he's spilling to the linebackers. Anybody that play ball can agree with that. Is that correct?
Correct. X and O's. Yep. Go ahead.
Now, when you talk about drop passes and all that, that's a player not executing something he does every single day. It's part of the game. You drop it, you catch it, you drop it. Some people catch it at the right time, some people don't catch it at the right time. That's the part. That has nothing to do with the coaching. The coach can't tell you to catch the ball. The coach can't catch the ball. The coach tell you where to line up at. The coach can tell you what route you're supposed to run. But if your job is to catch the football, you catch the football.
Yeah, but the coach.
Like my man just said earlier, the Ravens, if Mark Evans, if he catches the ball, that's a different game. But he didn't. If Scott Millward made the field goal, we have a whole different conversation. But he didn't. That player's not making plays. But when you out there and the scheme is entirely wrong, and that's from the coaching, that's different.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. This ain't got to do with Josh's legacy and all that other stuff. I'm talking about what has happened in the last 2 years. Players have to make plays. If they don't make plays, that's how coaches get fired.
Okay, so now since you said that, we're going to ask you the same question that was asked on this panel.
I put it in the comments. I said if the Bills don't win the Super Bowl the next 2 years, you have to make a change.
Oh, you said next year?
Between this year and next year, the only reason I say this year and next year is because of the fact that they're probably going to have to issue that safety.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Don't let him slide on that. So you are already admitting that you have a defensive issue and that's probably going to be your downfall.
No, I'm not saying it's a downfall. I'm saying that the young boy, the rookie that came from Ohio State, he can play. And he can play to the fact where they're trying to decide, do we want to go with some that's more experienced, or this kid here can probably come in and start week 1, sometime in the future, if not week 1. So that's what I call a great problem to have when you have 2 capable players and you can decide between either or, because the Bills rotate through, they have different combinations and like any team as far as with the players they have. But I'm not saying that's a negative. I'm not saying we got any issues. What I am saying is that now, in compared to the other teams, McDermott came here as a rookie coach himself. Now, you have been through 8 years of all of the ups and the downs and the different experiences and all that. Whereas Kansas City, you had 2 legends moved in. Andy Reid came from Philly when you had learned and found all those experiences, the ups and downs with Philly. And we already know what Spags did prior to. So you got 2 of the best coming in with KC. The Spags with the Buffalo Bills when McDermott came in as rookies. You got 8 years in now. Now there's no still excuse. And I'm a Bills fan, as you know, through and through. If we don't get it done in the next 2 years, change got to be made. And I said that, and I can still stand on it.
But why? Hang on though. But why 2 years? Whenever you're favored for all 17 games, why does he get 2 years instead of just this year?
Marcus.
Yep, I can't hear nobody else. If anybody's talking, I can't hear anybody.
Okay, so and I don't want to turn it up too much because if I turn up my volume too much, it's gonna call it because of how crisp my volume is now. question is,
my question
that technically was asked by Marcus the Alphabet. He said, when you're favorited all 17 games this year, why is he getting 2 years instead of 1?
Why am I giving him 2 years?
Yeah. Why are you giving him 2?
I just have a feeling, but to me, it's not 2 years. That's just me. That might be my personal bias, but I say within the next 2 years.
What's that?
That's why you just talked about Andy Reid.
Maybe next year. See, people are talking about this. I'm not thinking this is my own personal bias because people are saying the Bills have to just get to the Super Bowl. I'm not for them to just get to the Super Bowl. I saw those 4 Super Bowl losses up close and personal. I knew a lot of them players personally. I'm not dealing with 4-5. Don't take your ass here unless you go there. What's going there?
Okay, but that right there, you talk about
if we went to the Super Bowl this year and I will disappear from all social media and everything. You will never hear from me again.
Okay, but you talk about the culture.
I might stay in California and move to Iowa or some shit.
You just talked about the culture.
I got a job.
Right. You just talked about the culture, but you're trying to give them 2 years, and that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. If he goes out and let's just say, I'm just saying this hypothetically, he doesn't make the playoffs, or you lose to the Chiefs again, or you lose to the Bengals again. Y'all keep forgetting about the Bengals beating y'all too, but that's another thing. He should be fired. You're saying, well, because
Bengals are a bigger issue than the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't want to do 0-5. I don't want to do 0-5. That's part of it. Well, I'm so comfortable now, and that's part of the problem with the Bills organization. Y'all were bad for so long, and then now y'all starting to win, and so now it's like, well, I would rather go for another year than to fire McDermott. That's what the Eagles did that with Andy Reid. That's why Andy Reid got fired, because he got them to a certain level, and they were like, "Okay, you've been to the Super Bowl. You lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and you went to 4 straight NFC championship. It comes a point in time where you have to be like, look, this is as high as this guy can take us. So for the fact that you saying give him in the next 2 years, I feel like if they don't do it this year, I feel like McDermott." Because you have to also understand the shelf life with Josh Allen, especially with the way he plays. He's in his window right now. So if you do this in 2 years, now Josh Allen's 32 years old. You see what I'm saying? It comes a point in time where you have to cut bait. You have to cut bait, and you say, Sean McDermott just can't get it done. And we've seen this with other coaches too.
I personally would have did it after the 13 seconds.
And the reason I say that is because if you go back to Andy Reid losing, Andy Reid was losing because they were losing the game. It wasn't because the players, he had lost the locker room, and they thought he schemed his way out because they were complaining he didn't run the ball enough. That was their issue with Philly. I said to me, that the Bills are not winning games because of the fact that players are not making plays as long as they're supposed to. That's why I said 2 years. Because if we were losing because we kept getting out schemed or we never got the right players, that's a different story. When we lost today, we lost to the Chiefs in the first game.
You definitely get out schemed by Andy Reid.
That's the point. You
definitely get out schemed by Andy Reid.
You are getting outspeed.
You can't have players giving up contained. You can't have your kicker missing kicks.
Okay.
You can't have your first round tight end dropping passes in games. That is not coaching. That's players not executing as they're supposed to. That's what the players did back in the 90s. They were supposed to in the big games.
Marcus, hold on. Go ahead, Marcus.
And you can't run a fake field goal on your side of the field.
You can't do that? What you said?
Fake punt on your side of the field.
Why not? It didn't work.
Hang on.
It didn't work.
You can't put.
It didn't work. So it's ass.
That's scheme. That's strategy. You can't put Ray Davis in and take Cook out of the game and run Ray Davis when Cook is.
Oh yeah, I told you that, Marcus. Marcus here, we had that conversation.
He did what? I heard something about Ray Davis and something else.
When you had your boy Ray Davis, it was Ty Johnson or Ray Davis, one of the two at wide receiver 1, running wide receiver 1 routes.
When the receiver, listen, let me go back to this. He talking about when the running back was lined up outside wide.
Yep.
Okay, now since we on this talk football, when a receiver is lined, when a running back is lined out wide, what does that do? That's an indicator. That means if a linebacker lines up out there, that means the defense is in man coverage. If the corners line up out there, that means they're in zone coverage. So depending on who went out there, that makes you decide what play you're going to run or what read you're going to have. The Bills scored 30 points. What are you talking about?
But that's
the Bills gave us 2 touchdowns. They gave us 2 touchdowns to a quarterback that ran the ball twice because they gave him contained. And they lost by 3.
Yeah, but Marcus, here we go again. You said that they averaged 30 points a game, but they didn't score 30 against the Chiefs.
They scored 29. It was 32-29.
That's right. 29 wasn't enough. That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't enough.
Can I add something to that though?
If the defensive end, I coach 13-year-olds. If my defensive end is contained, he's going to the bench. I'm taking him out. This was our best player, Greg Rousseau, who's the defensive end. Greg did that all year, and 2 plays because he wanted to make a play. It cost the team. That's a player that comes off making a play that he thought he could make and he did not. Now, Jerry did that all year. So what makes you think I would think he's going to do this in the biggest game of the season up to now?
I'm just saying James Cook was running the ball very well. I think he had like 70 yards and they went away from it. If you run James Cook, you keep control of the ball and back
I give you that James Cook probably should have the ball more.
Yeah.
Still coaching.
Like when before the half, when they scored that touchdown, they went for 2, right?
Yeah.
Then after halftime, they went for 2 again and missed it again. It was 22-21 instead of 24-21. You know what I'm saying? Like they were chasing. There was no need to chase points like that. It's like shit like that it makes me look at McDermott and be like, "Yo, what is he doing?"
Correct.
He gets to them. It's critical moments in them games against the Chiefs when he get out coached. He really does. I think Bet said earlier he pissing down his leg. That's exactly what he does.
Snowplow play, whatever you want to call. They obviously did not work well that day. That play was 90% throughout the year. 90% throughout the year. It did not work that day. Simple as that. I agree. They were chasing that extra point from the second quarter going on.
And another thing with the outcoach thing, that last play against Kansas City in the playoffs, that edge rusher came in untouched. Josh Allen, as soon as he snapped the ball, the edge rusher was right in his face. That's scheme. That's film study there. That's film study.
Actually, what the curve was, that was on Cyrus Torrance, who was rookie last year. And it showed. Because what they did, they had the safety that came down into the hole. What they did, they had everybody slanting to one side. You had the one that came, one that didn't. Cyrus didn't get either one of them.
Okay.
Didn't get either one of them. Our first year OCs, y'all got done a little bit by them veteran OC in DC and Kansas City. Still got to make plays. Still got to catch the ball. Still got to keep it tight.
You kick game in the hand though.
Basically, football from Louisville all the way up. You got to catch the ball. You got to keep it tight. I tell you this: did you see Philadelphia get up and play it all one time in the game?
Nope.
Anybody on the panel? Did anybody see the Philadelphia Eagles give up contain against the Kansas City Chiefs one time in the Super Bowl?
My no.
That's because
And you know why they didn't? They played a wide now. They had 4 rushers. They put 7 people in coverage, and they made sure Mahomes did no running around outside on the edges. That was a lineman. They was in wide line. We can go watch the Super Bowl together. There was no chance of any of them getting outside in the edges. And that's how Kansas City scored 2 touchdowns on the Bills.
you also compare yourself to the Eagles. The Eagles probably had the best defense in the league last year. I mean, you also have to have the person.
The Eagles had what? What do you think about the Eagles?
The Eagles had the best defense last year.
I saw the Eagles get whipped up by Jalen and the Commanders, and he ended up with 35 points against them in the second half.
Yeah.
And I tell you this, if it wasn't snowing, the snow helped them with the Rams, because the Rams down show was marching on their ass.
Yeah, that game, that was the game I said, woo, thank God for the snow. For them.
But what Philly did do, Philly was absolutely disciplined. Those edges did not come inside at all. They put everything inside their pocket. Mahomes had no chance getting outside doing any of that nonsense. None of it.
Okay.
Besides the fact that they kept setting in coverage and was knocking the shit out of them up front.
That's coaching, right? That's coaching. That's coaching. When have we ever seen Andy Reid and Spagnuolo's outcoached?
And we got our coaches last Super Bowl.
Okay, that's right. We never see that. We never see that.
He got our coach with Philly. That's why he got fired. They complain about him not running the football all the time, and he had all them backs. That's when he got the boot. They figured they wasn't winning. They wasn't going to the next level because he wouldn't run the football enough.
And that's why they gave him 2 more years. That's why they didn't give him 2 more years. That's why they got him out of there. That's why. I just think saying give him 2 more years. I just think that's complacency. I think we don't want to start all over. We don't want. Let me ask you this: if Bill Belichick was your coach last year, did y'all lose that game?
Probably not.
If Bill Belichick was your coach, do you lose that game?
If Bill Belichick is our coach, we lose the game.
Yeah, do you lose that game?
See, this is what I'm going to. You keep saying the coach. If Greg Rousseau stays outside, we don't lose this game. I don't care. I'm coaching that game. This is what I'm saying. If the scheme that Bills play, for example, his coaching. I'm just coaching.
Belichick
played against the Giants in Super Bowl 25.
Belichick
And Giants had 7 DBs in the field. And the Bills continue to throw the football. That's coaching. That's horrible coaching. The Bills should have ran the ball 60 times against all the little dudes out there. And the fact that it was 20-19, the fact that they scored 19 points and only 17 minutes of holding the football shows how much of a better team the Bills were. But that's my point as far as coaching. You see 7 DBs on the field, that's you running back. If you see all the little boys out there, You want 7 carries, don't you?
Yeah. But the coach has got to call the play, though. James Cook had like 70 yards.
My point is this. That's what I'm talking about, bad coaching. When we talk about players not lining up, one of my kids came on the phone right now and told you what's the 4 rules. Number 1 is alignment, assignment, attention to detail, and accountability. And that's it. Alignment is number 1. If you don't align up right as a player, you can forget 2, 3, and 4. You didn't line up right. Unless you didn't line up right, the rest of the shit was null and void.
When you're running back,
anybody else wouldn't have mattered. If you just line up right, you win the game.
That's
because they don't score 2 touchdowns.
I get you.
Because of play alignment.
I get you.
Okay, when your running back is running up and down the field, and he's averaging 5 yards per carry, and you go away from the run, that's coaching. That's strategy. If they keep running Cook, Mahomes doesn't get the ball back and you run out the game. That's coaching. That's strategy.
True. But you also saying like the other running backs wasn't effective. Did you see the stats in the game?
I get that.
Let me be clear. I agree. I would have gave Cook the ball more because Cook to me is him. Remember, boys, Ty Johnson. I love Ty Johnson. I remember when Ty Johnson came off the practice squad, and I said clearly, and I told you to remember this. I said once he plays, he's never going back to the practice squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's back in the game. Ray Davis is probably bigger and stronger than people think he is, but they're not Cook.
That's cool.
Cook take that shit 50-50. So I probably could have gave Cook the ball more. So that's like we didn't score points. We scored.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I just want to say this. Don't bring up no more Oregon freaking quarterbacks or players to me ever again after that ass whooping they took to Ohio State last year. I don't want to hear nothing else about Oregon. I told y'all, you want to know the ultimate choke artist team? Oregon Ducks. Quack, quack. Fucking choke artist. Don't ever bring me no shit about Oregon again. Yeah, quack, quack. Them damn choke artists. Beat that ass in a Rose Bowl. That shit was pathetic. That was listen. They could have put that shit on Cartoon Network. That's how comical it was. It was what, 31-0? Dude, Sharon, what was the score of that game? You a Big Ten fanatic. What was the score of the game at the half against Oregon?
I don't remember.
I cannot. Dylan Gabriel. We talking about Dylan Gabriel this offseason. Man, you don't get that. You don't get that shit out of here. That bullshit out of here. I don't want to hear nothing else about Oregon players at all. At all. The only one who get a pass from Oregon that I know in the last couple of seasons is Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm gonna give him a pass because I thought he was gonna be boo shit too. He actually pretty damn good for the Giants. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's what's up, man. We just hit 2 hours and 40 minutes.
But you know what? I feel like this was a makeup because of last week. This show was combustible because of last week. Now I got the new system, a lot better. I like the new touch. I want to mute your mic. I can just touch the screen and mute your mic. let me stop messing with y'all. Marcus the Alphabet, thank you for coming on. Daryl Gilliam Jr., thank you for coming on as well. We did not even talk WNBA, and I ain't even gonna get into it. We'll wait till Monday. We'll wait till Saturday, but Monday we'll get it. Or Sunday. I'm sorry, not Saturday. Saturday I got 3 DJ gigs. And Sunday, Monday, you already know Monday Night Madness coming up, and don't forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Season 6, my guy. The one that's over there throwing them jabs and lefts and rights. Clarissa Shields will give you the business, though, Marcus. Stop playing.
I'll put it. Hey, Dre, she comes see me. I'll put the UTEP 2-step on her.
Two-step. Yo. Sharon, always phenomenal. Sharon, any last words before we go?
No. Y'all done said it all. Y'all have said it all. I'm just sitting there laughing. Y'all talk too much. Man.
I talk too much, damn it.
I couldn't get a word in. I just stopped trying. I was just like, okay.
Y'all make sure y'all go on Saturday morning and watch the Chocolate Girl at the Side Zone. My favorite Saturday morning show. It's like the Side Zone is like what Voltron used to be for me, man. My favorite Saturday morning show, man. Y'all go.
You gotta get up early to see us. We on at 10 a.m.
Y'all go get y'all a big ass bowl of Fruit Loops and watch the Chocolate Girl, man, on Side Zone. Big ass bowl of Fruit Loops.
That's not a bad idea. I might eat some Fruit Loops on the show one day.
I love Fruit Loops. I'll be eating them right there with you. I love me some damn Fruit Loops, man.
Yeah, I love some Fruit Loops. Gotta eat it before they take all the dye out.
Right, for sure. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Alphabets Football, 10 o'clock Eastern.
I might be able to watch tomorrow night because I don't have my grandson tomorrow, so I might be able to watch tomorrow.
There's an echo like here. Make sure y'all tune in 10 o'clock Eastern time. Alphabets Football. We're doing the North tomorrow. And then next Friday, y'all need to come through AFC East, NFC East breakdown. Make sure y'all are there for us.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'll be there for that one.
I'll call it for that one.
Yeah, that's going to be a combustible show for sure. Yo.
I'll make sure I'm not at the bowling alley or something for that one.
I'll be skipping that show.
Yeah, he gonna need extra bottles. He gonna need extra bottle service for that show. Yo,
You don't need a couple cups of coffee for that one, buddy.
right? I cannot.
Check out your inbox.
AFC North and NFC's North tomorrow.
Yes. Marcus, check out your inbox.
I will. My damn.
All right, see y'all real soon. We appreciate y'all. This is Rise Up Radio, brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. See ya. Ciao.